Hey y'all, it's Jen with Pleasantly Scattered. I had a subscriber request to do a video on what planners I use and how I use them. So I had to indulge. I just had to. I was like, absolutely, let's do this. So currently, this is what I have. And not necessarily everything is planners, but I thought I'd throw them in because you might get some ideas. So let's turn some light on the subject and see what we got. So and I say currently because in August I will be switching things up a little bit, and I'll go ahead and show you that as well. So start with this chunky monkey. This has been my ride or die for so long. Like my catch-all everything, pretty much just this. This has been my live-in. This is where I've been for years, was this half letter. I've shared a couple videos where I've modified the templates a little bit, but it has been a half letter since like 2023. So I started with this template where I did my to-do list up top and my events on the bottom. You can catch those in the, ooh, I'm standing up so there's shadow. You can catch this in the flip throughs, where towards the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, mostly in my Q1, you see where I switch it up. I switched it up to this, an open vertical, and that gave me more flexibility to move my to-do list to afternoon or evening based on, I did a more kind of a hourly layout would do, but open. So it was more flexible. So this again has been my ride or die for years. This half letter cover came from Amazon, super cheap. I have modified a lot of things from a classic or even a mini to fit into here. So this came in an accessory pack. This was my original cover, and it was so flimsy that I wanted that harder cover because I was throwing it in my purse and using it. But when you add this big boy, big girl, whatever you want to call her, to your purse gets real heavy. And that leads into my mini, where I'll show you in a minute. So I've made some inserts. I just laminated scrapbook paper, added in. I did purchase half letter paper, but I've also taken classic size and cut it down. I cut down other pages and round the corners on many of them, just because I like the rounded corners, not the pokey corners. But I cut down paper to fit, and I like using half sheets more than full sheets because I feel like I'm wasting. So added my paper in. I made a dashboard just from packaging and leftover lamination. This is leftover lamination. It's an ugly tab, but it does the job. I just stuck some sticky notes down on it. Printed out this perpetual calendar from Calendarpedia. Wrote it in. It printed out 2 to a page, and I just folded the paper, and it made it thicker, so it's easy pull in and out. I will possibly pop this into my new planner. Actually, no, I don't need to because I've already set up a perpetual, and I'll show that shortly. The dividers came from Amazon. You just search junior or half letter, and it'll pull up for an 8-disc. I made this folder from a piece of cardstock scrapbook paper. It is actually just 2-sided, and I folded it and cut it. It works. And then I just put tape at the bottom so it would close it off, because I originally had it glued and the glue did not stick. These are from Amazon. I love them. Got them all over the place. And then my monthly, I printed out on cardstock. I was using cardstock for all of this, so I don't have a full sheet of my monthly because I've already cut them apart. But as you see, I printed it out like this, cut it apart, and that leads us to our monthly. But I use this as like a dashboard overview currently, whatever. I like to track by the month. I'm contemplating tracking by I track by the week, I track by the month, and then I will be leading to the year so I can see what I'm actually accomplishing for the year. So my monthly, made this out of cardboard. Just popped in some matching stickers, stickered up the back with those circle stickers that I don't really know how to use, so I just collaged them together. So just a running to-do list for the month. Again, a piece of filler paper that I just cut down and stickered up and thought it was pretty, so I use it. So my monthly is very, very plain, very functional, because I have 2 teenage boys and I have to manage their schedules. They're both athletes. One plays baseball, one plays basketball, so it's all the things. I was a teacher, so while I was teaching, I was using a big vertical, and then I transitioned to a composition notebook for just ugly scratch work. And then pop this back in so I don't lose it. And then my weeklies, I have a tab divider that I made from, this was Dollar Tree cutting mat, and I just cut it down, stickered it up, punched it, and there we go. These are Happy Planner check it off to-do lists. They're around here somewhere. I cut them down so that I could use them in multiple places. I don't know where I put them. Anyway, just cut them down. These will go in my mini on the go when I show you that. So this is an open vertical. I showed y'all the template. And I have been living in this, like I said, since 2025 as this structure. And it has worked. However, I have to write very small. And I like to write. I like to make notes. I like to journal. I like to doodle. I live in my planner. I love to sit on the couch in the evenings, watching sports, watching YouTube, and just doodling. So this is what I do. But as I said, she's thick, she's chunky, she's heavy. So I decided to make a mini on the go. So let's scoot her aside. And I'm still using her for my catch-all. But I made this guy. Okay. Again, still doing the catch-all half letter, but this is my on the go. And it started as just the monthlies. Just so I could, when I'm out running around, if I had doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, whatever, they want to schedule me, I can see, are we available? But then, which I just popped this in from an accessory pack. And again, filler paper, must have, okay? Then I realized I wanted something like a to-do list so that if I'm out and about, I can see, okay, I ran this errand, ran this errand, ran this errand, picked this up, whatever. This is a printable from mycozyplanner.com. C-O-Z-Y, because there's one out there, C-O-S-Y. Don't get it. And it's been purely functional. I did try to pop in some color coding. I am going to learn how to decorate this somehow. It's tiny, but it's just purely for, like, I posted a picture yesterday where my husband was driving my Bronco and I just pulled it out and we were talking about places that we wanted to go because we were on our way to Atlanta and sitting in traffic. And so I went ahead and wrote them in. When I'm pre-planning, I'll write out in pen, but if I'm on the go, it gets a pencil mark. It gets penciled so I can easily see. So I have gotten my nice hammer mill paper. I have figured out I'm going to have to waste some, but the best way to do it is just front to back and having some waste around the edges, which is fine. I'll use it as filler paper. It's all good. So this is looking ahead for next week, and it turns out I'm actually going to have to flip-flop this because I'm not doing a grocery run tomorrow. But it gives me a quick view. Okay, if I'm out running errands, oh shoot, I got to be available for this call. Very simple. So yes, there will be plan with me's on this. I've been playing. I make my own box stickers because a lot of my Happy Planner sticker books don't have as much of the functional boxes as what I like. So I have found that some of my half letter stickers do actually work in here. So I'm going to work on Plan with Me's with this, but it is mostly functional. Just something so I can quickly grab it and look. If I go to have lunch with a friend and they ask me what's going on this weekend, because I could put it in my phone, but there's something about writing it down that helps me remember better than typing it into my phone. So that's my on the go. Okay. But since I have this and I wanted more space to write, I am moving in August into a big. Ooh, I gotta zoom out for this guy. Okay. I am moving into a big because I want, and I'm so excited to have more of that space. And if you've seen my Plan with Me's, they start out very, very, very minimal on the decoration because I do write so much in my planner. So this way, I'm going to get to do more decor and more writing. So I bought, back when I was teaching, I bought two, they were like $4.99 a piece, two big verticals. And so I took the guts from it and I've just piecemealed from prior planners. I love this cover. I just think she's so pretty. So I've had tons of accessory packs and all that good stuff. So I'm just popping in what I want to use. I have not done my name on it yet. I thought I would do that when I do my first Plan with Me. So this I left together. I did white out the years because I'm thinking about just for tracking my workouts. I'm thinking because I want to see it throughout the year how I do. Because I do track by the week. I do track by the month, but I want to see an overall by the year. How did I do? So I'm thinking even though the dates aren't in the right spot for the days of the week, I could still say, well, January 1st, I did work out. So I'm going to color that, make a dot on it. And just see as a whole for the month. So it's going to be like a tracker. I was originally going to just glue it together because I did modify my year at a glance. But I think I'm going to use it as a tracker. So my year at a glance, the days of the week were off, obviously, because it's an outdated planner. I bought two of them. They're going to be outdated. So I just took very thin washi and covered up those days and made it my perpetual calendar. Am I in frame still? Not really. Okay. So this is my perpetual calendar. Again, very basic, but it works for me. So I don't have to pop in the perpetual from my half letter. So I haven't started using it yet, but so my monthly, and what I've done is I just take one of these little sheets and I write out all the things that are going on for the month. If I have an appointment or whatever, I'm going to write it in here as opposed to sticky notes. I could do sticky notes too, but I just took my current catch-all and wrote everything down because I already have all those things in my catch-all. Okay, so this is what I'm moving to in August, and I will do a plan with me on that. Now, I also have some notebooks that I use to just, it's not like a planner, but it's just, so I actually won this. It's a Filofax. They sent me all the paper to go with it. And so I took stickers and made dividers, just front to back. So so these little Starburst, I don't know if you can see them. See if I can pull it up. Little Starburst stickers. I don't typically use them, so I had quite a few. And you just stick it front to back and it makes a tab. So I like to hand letter my own stickers. So like I broke it up by category so I could have those words to know what I wanted to hand letter. So like for my currently, these are words I would use for my functional words to hand letter to make stickers. Icons to make, which I've shown how I made my icons in Canva. And I could go in Canva and make these words and print them out. I just enjoy hand lettering when I'm sitting around doing nothing late at night. So yeah, and then I have another section for my wish list and another section for just doodles. My washi tape is coming up. It was separating. That's one thing about the Filofax. It comes apart. So, and this just sits next to me on my, next to my recliner on my end table. And I just, as I come up with ideas, like I was thinking about habit trackers down the sidebar like this, ways to lay stickers, things I wanted to, stickers I wanted to doodle, ideas that popped into mind or things that I saw when I was watching videos, I pop them in. And then came to ideas to make in my planner, DIY stuff. I might look into buying 5 mil laminator sheets to make more covers instead of the 3 mil that I currently have because they are thicker. Just ideas like that. And then I started my YouTube channel approximately 2 weeks ago. So I had to learn all the things because I had no idea what I was doing. None. It was ready, set, go. So these are videos that I've, tips from videos that I've watched, apps to look into how to make thumbnails. First couple videos, did not make thumbnails, didn't know about making thumbnails, did not know that was a thing. So these are just quick grab notebook for me when I get an idea. Okay, and a folder. Okay, then I have what I call my memory book. I started this in 2022. It says mental health because I was in a slump. And I have had this composition notebook forever. So I just took scrapbook paper. It's beaten up. Covered it. Made little pen loops with ribbon. Decorated the inside cover. Decorated the backside cover with pretty stuff. Made a table of contents. So I made the table of contents after I went through. I glued 2 pages together, every 2 pages. And then I numbered it because it made them a little bit thicker. The bleed, because it is a composition notebook, the paper is real thin. The ghosting, the bleed is horrible. So I just went through, and it's kind of the idea of I'll just call it a decorative journal, because there's so many haters about junk journaling, and it's not junk journaling, it's decorative journaling, because I'm not using things that I've collected to put in it. So I was in my feels about teaching in 2022, and it's been a journey that led me to the point that I am no longer teaching. I may be subbing this year, but I had some moments. So I just go through and just decorate. I've got some goals, you know, and just pop in stickers, recommended books. That kind of fell by the wayside. I've been reading The Sanatorium for a year and a half now. Still haven't finished it. So this is another place where I can go in and make hand-lettered stickers. Just lots and lots of just decorative journaling. Thoughts, trips that we've taken. And it's not like a day-to-day journal. It's just as I need to get my thoughts on paper or something I want to remember, then I'm going to write it in. So yeah, that's it. That's what I'm currently using and what I will be using in the future. I hope you got something out of this. If you could, please give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Comment to me, what are you currently using? What ideas do you have for me that would make this process better? What did you learn from this? Let's chat. Let's get to know each other. And if you have not yet, please subscribe to my channel. I love doing this kind of stuff. It is so much fun. So I will catch you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and have a beautiful day. Bye.